Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to week 4 of my half marathon training plan. If you haven't seen weeks 1 through 3, they are already up in the channel, you can check those out. And I also do short form content for every single run that I do in a bit more in depth with detailed statistics and metrics and all that sort of stuff as well. And they're all shared across socials and platforms. Three big plugs there at the start of this video. Madness. But anyway, welcome to week 4. Again, if you haven't seen any, please do check them out. But to give you a very, very rough recap of week 3, my final run of week 3 was supposed to happen over the weekend there. Today is Monday, by the way, the 26th of January, so the beginning of week 4. But I had to shuffle a few runs about. I've been shuffling a few runs about for the first 3 weeks, really. I've been a teeny bit out of sync, but I'm almost there. I'm almost back up to speed, and I will be back up to speed by the end of this week. I promise you, and I promise myself that. So rather than 2 runs a week, I've kind of been on 3 a week, but then the last run's always been carrying forward into the next week, and that's exactly what's happened here. Let me just record my screen so you can see. Should be good. I'm going to move here because I'm going to put it up here at some point as well. So as you can see, week 3 is done. I done a 6.51 kilometer repeat, which was fun, and then I done a 9 kilometer long run as well on the Saturday. So I was then supposed to do the over under 1 kilometers on Sunday, but it was too much back to back. I was supposed to do it today, but I've had a bit of an epiphany and realization that Monday being today and definitely tomorrow I'm just too busy in regards to my work and social life, so I'm not going to be doing any running then. The next viable run that I'm going to do is on Wednesday, or the next viable day to do a run is on Wednesday. It could even very well be Thursday. But the blessing of week 4, and it's always been this way, is that the actual week 4 runs was a 6 kilometer long run, which is quite nice and quite easy, and then on and off kilometers for 5.5 as well. So I think week 4 was designed to be a bit of a slower sort of temp or sort of level setting run a little bit again, before it then progresses week 5 onwards with a 10k, then a 12k, etc. moving forward. So I feel a bit more comfortable about doing more runs this week, since the original runs for week 4 were always supposed to be a bit smaller. But let's just give a quick look into what these runs, or what I've got in store for this week. So the over under 1 kilometers for 8 kilometers total. This is going to be quite hard, I think. So I do 1 kilometer at a conversational pace, no faster than 6:35 a kilometer. Then repeating for 3 cycles, I do 1 kilometer at 6 and then 1 kilometer at 5:45, and then repeat that for 3 times. So that's 6 kilometers straight back to back, which again is fine. But then I need to alternate the pace per kilometer, which I think I'm going to struggle with. Those times are still slower than what I run, and I should be running maybe more at those times, but my body just fights my body every step of the way, and I always run too fast at the start of my runs, and then I get, this is a part of the training, and it's the biggest thing that I want to take away from this, is learning how to pace myself a little bit more. The lighting here is terrible, by the way. I've just realised what's going on, so apologies. We'll be off this frame very soon. 90-second walk and rest after that, and then a 1 kilometer sort of cool down, slower pace towards the end, which is fine. So we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it, but that's going to be quite tough. Following that, we've just got a 6 kilometer long run. Coach Steph, your first deload week, that's the word for it, deload week of the plan. Enjoy this long run, not feeling quite so long, and a manageable pace for this distance. So nice slow 6 kilometers, don't worry about it too much, which is nice. And then the final run for the week is on and off kilometers. So warm up is 1 kilometer at a conversational pace. Then for 2 cycles, one at 6:10, then one at 5:35. 90-second walking rest, and then the last half kilometer at a conversational pace. So yeah. The actual week 4 runs are, it stopped. The actual week 4 runs are deload runs, which is quite nice. This is very much a deload week, so I think I can front load that with the on and off kilometers, which is fine. But anyway, welcome to week 4, everyone. Again, I'm going to do short form for all the runs down below, or on the channel and whatnot. I'm feeling quite good. I'm feeling quite confident. I'm feeling comfortable. Again, if you have been watching the other weeks, you'll know that I've been a little bit sick over the last week or 2, which has been the reason why I have deferred some of the runs. I came to the realisation that I thought I had a chest infection, and I probably did at the very minimum, but there's also a very good chance that I might have had COVID. I've not taken any tests, and I feel much better now, but it wasn't until that I got better that I thought, wait a minute, this very well could have been COVID, because there was other symptoms as well that I realised at the time. It could have very well just been a chest infection, an elongated cold, or a flu, or whatever it is, or many other reasons, I don't know, but the point is I'm feeling better, I'm feeling more comfortable, and I'm ready to run this week. Week 4 has commenced. The first run will be earliest Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and I'm going to try and do a little bit more in between, what I'm eating when I'm going to places, when I'm travelling. More stylistic B-roll content. is hopefully on the cards for this channel. But anyway, welcome to week 4. I've said it many times, I'm going to leave you here and I'll see you at the start of the next run, which is soon. So, it is Saturday the 31st of January, and I haven't done a single run this week. Let me tell you, this week has turned into one of the busiest and wildest weeks that I've ever had in terms of work and social commitments and, you know, life commitments and all these other sort of responsibilities that I have. So it's really pushed this week back, and I was already back because, you know, I was doing a week 3 run and a week 4, so that was supposed to happen on Monday or Tuesday, and then I was supposed to do the 2 genuine week 4 runs later on in the week. I've not done anything, I'm afraid. But today's Saturday, things are a bit calmer. Now it's the weekend, which is nice. I'm going to go out and I'm going to finally tick off that week 3 outstanding run that's on the cards. And then, depending on how I feel, I might then do another run tomorrow. So I'll still be outstanding, even if that does come to fruition. I'll probably need to do that, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to try and do that run today, then the 6k run tomorrow, and then push the other week 4 run into week 5, which starts in a couple of days. So yeah, busy week, unexpectedly busy, but yeah, things are a bit calmer now, which is nice, and hopefully I should be able to catch up. So yeah, lack of progress so far, lack of content so far, because I've just not been able to run, but we're hopefully going to get things back on track. Hopefully. So, I am finally out for my first run of the week. Today's Saturday, to put that into perspective, and I run this on a calendar week. But today we are doing over under 1 kilometres for a total of 1 kilometre. The actual thing will be here somewhere, roughly, if I remember. But it's a 1 kilometre conversational pace warm-up. And then for 3 repeats, it's 1 kilometre at 6, and then 1 kilometre at 5:45. Repeat that 3 times. Have a 90-second walking break, and then finish off with another 1 kilometre conversational pace for a total of 8 kilometres. So this is very much a tempo run, a bit on the longer side compared to what this week should be, but I'm finally making a move, so I'm feeling happy that I'm actually just getting out. So yeah, I'll check in at the end of the run. It is the next day. I didn't record an outro post-run yesterday because my run ended at the park and I met my family and I just kind of spent time with them. But yesterday I done 8k on the nose. It was good. My overall time was 44 minutes and 4 seconds. Everything will be up on screen as it usually is, and I felt pretty good about it. I mentioned in the short form, but I was overall happy with the time, unhappy with the pace, because the whole point was a pace run. I just never done it as well as I should have done, which was annoying. And like the last few runs before that one, I really started to hit my stride towards the end. I felt like I could have kept going for like 9, 10, even 11k perhaps, but you know, I need to get into my stride quicker, and again, that's the point of the training. But today is the next day, and we are technically on run 2 of week 4, but this should be run 1 of week 4, so we're now within the actual run that I should, or the actual week that I should be in, and we're doing a 6k long progressive run, which is much shorter, and I'm looking forward to it. Run finished, another 6k in the books. I've got my lunch. Sorry if you can hear the rattling, it's very close to the mic, I apologise. But yeah, overall, I'm feeling pretty good. Results will be on a screen as they usually are, but my time was 31 minutes and 4 seconds, which is my fastest 5k yet. But I'm feeling quite conflicted about it because, you know, that was supposed to be a conversational run, a conversational pace run, and, you know, that pace that I done is fine. You know, I felt good, I felt really strong, I felt really fast, and that was great. But that's fine for like a 6, 7, 8k at a push. When it comes to the half, that's completely, for me, unsustainable. So I need to learn to slow down. I need to go a bit more conversational, as it says, and then we'll go from there. So, sorry, I had to let a cyclist past. But yeah, again, overall, that run was good. The 6k was done. The second run of week 4 is finished, which is nice. I am going to push run 3 into next week because I don't have any more days this week. So I'll tackle that at the start of the week. And thus, and here we are at the end of week 4. Busy weekend I had. What I'm trying to say is I don't know what the last clip you just saw was, because when I was out on my run on Sunday, being yesterday, so today is Monday by the way, the 2nd of February. When I was out my run yesterday doing my second run of the week, I was doing my short form and I was doing a little bit before and after, and my phone is just, it is critically running out of storage. To the point where when I make any sort of clip, I need to upload it to Discord or OneDrive or whatever it is and delete it off my phone. And I was really fighting with the phone yesterday. It was absolutely teeming down. You might have saw that in the clip. So my phone wasn't reacting the way it should have done and all this different stuff. So what my point is, I don't know what you saw last. I don't think I fully got my thoughts across, but I done it. Sorry, I've just had some dinner as well. I done it. We made it. So as I mentioned a few times throughout the video, at week 4 quite quickly ran away from me to the point where I didn't do any runs during the week, and I was only able to do 2 out of the 3 runs. So yet, once again, going into week 5, we are a run overdue. So week 5 is going to be a 3-run week, should everything go well, but I'll talk about it in next week's vlog actually, so I won't really spoil it here, but there is a slim chance that it happens again. Anyway, how did I do? How were my runs? So Saturday I done the 8-kilometre run, which was quite nice. That was left over from week 3, so that was the over under 1 kilometres. That was tough to begin with, but I really found my stride moving forward towards the end, which was good. To the point where I could have kept going, and I don't know if I should keep going in these things. I'm going to say no because the plan is built for a reason. So I stopped after 8k, but I could have went 9, maybe even 10k, and I think that was one of the quickest paces that I've done so far as well. Then come Sunday, I done a simple long 6k run, just a conversational pace 6k run, because week 4 was supposed to be my deload week, I believe it's called, where you do sort of kind of shorter runs and easier runs compared to previous, before it kind of ramps up again in week 5. So I done my 6k, and I think that was also my quickest 5k that I've ever done. And then subsequently my quickest 6k as well. And I mentioned this maybe in a previous clip, so I'll repeat myself here just in case I've either edited it out or I've missed it based on the storage issue that I had. But I kind of felt conflicted about that, because one, was I happy that I'd done a PB in the 5k and I ran at my quickest pace ever? Yeah, that was great and it was cool and I felt good about it. But it's, the other side of the coin, I'm supposed to be learning how to pace myself and going a bit slower and being a bit more, tactile or tactful, if you like, in my approach to running and racing. Because, like I mentioned or might have mentioned, that pace is fine for like 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8k, that's great. But then when it comes to the actual half, that's 21, whatever it is, kilometres, that's unsustainable, for me at least anyway. We've got 8 weeks or 2 more months left to kind of regulate that pace a little bit more, which is absolutely fine. And then week 5, I've got 1 leftover run, which I'll talk about again in next week's vlog. But there's a couple of different things in there. So I've got a 10k long run, which I'll try and regulate myself a little bit on as well. And then I've also got a kilometre hills run, I believe it is, where I run up a hill and then walk down a hill. I need to look into it more, but it's a slightly different run to what I'm used to and a slightly different run to what I've expected or done so far in the training. But I was kind of having this thought and this epiphany, and I know I'm kind of waffling here a little bit, so bear with me, I do apologise. When I started running, all the videos are on the channel, and this video is on the channel. The very first short form video that I done on this channel was a 1 kilometre run, or my first attempt at running outside, and I had to stop after like 400 or 500 metres. I was done. I was done in. I couldn't do it anymore. I could hardly run the length of myself. And in the fact that I, again, not only in training for a half marathon, and I'm feeling quite good about that, even though there's work to do, I done back-to-back runs. I done an 8k, then a 6k on Saturday and Sunday. And I know some of you out there might be thinking that's easy, that's fine, and that's wonderful, that's the level you're at. But for the level I'm at and where I was previously, that is night and day, and it's amazing, and I am immensely proud of myself for doing that. So yeah, feeling pretty good, feeling pretty happy. If you want to see those actual detailed runs or me on the runs again, I do short form for every single run that I've done. That should be up on the channel already, and if it isn't, it will be up very soon. Excuse me, went down the wrong way there. But yeah, overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty happy. I'm still 1 run behind, which is annoying me to no end. I really thought I was going to catch up, but I've got quite a lot of stuff on at work at the minute. I'm launching a very big campaign this week. Hence why week 5 might also be slightly delayed. So we could very well roll this additional run into week 6. We'll need to wait and see what happens until next week and what happens this week. But overall, I am feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty happy. I've just got that one little nuisance that's outstanding, and that should be wrapped up within the next 2 weeks tops. And then at that point, I'll be in a nice 2-run weekly cadence, and I can start to get back into my park runs and things as well, because I've not been able to do that because every other Saturday I've been catching up with the runner runs, which again are great, but it's eating into my park run time. And I want to do as many park runs as I possibly can all over the country. So there we are. That's a problem for future me. I'll worry about it very soon. But thank you for watching. If you're new here, you're more than welcome to subscribe. You can drop a like down below, follow me on all the social platforms if you wish. Again, I do short form for every video that I do, but I also upload the results of my runs in real time on Instagram. So if you want to see those, follow me on Instagram. I've got tons of running content and things up there as well, which is quite fun. And I also do things on TikTok as well. All the links, all the important links that you might need are down below in the description. You know, and there we are. That's the end of week 4. Again, we're getting there. I still have work to do. I'm not ready to do a half quite as of yet. I could technically do the distance, but you know, it would be very inconsistent and a bit stop-starty, which is fine, but I don't want to be as stop-starty as I currently am. I want to be as much starty before I stop. Yeah. Anyway, my name is Sam. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. And let me know your running goals. Let me know what you're training for. Let me know what you're aiming for. Let me know what your current running, you know, targets might be, because I'm super interested. I love chatting to people, and everyone that I've chatted to based on this channel or from this channel or on the content has been nothing short of wonderful. Very, you know, giving great advice and very supportive, and it's really, really nice to see. So, you know, if you want to chat about running or exercise in any way, shape or form, let me know. I'm not an expert, but it's something that I'm interested in. Anyway, my name is Sam. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for week 5. See you then. Double salute. There we go.